today we're doing a battle report for the 40K Command Edition starter set. We have the Space Marines versus the Necrons, and this is the scenario called Final Confrontation. This is a battle to the death, so the last team standing will be victorious. So without further ado, let's get into turn one. So after Necron movement, the Necron warriors are going to fire upon the Outriders who are behind this ruin. So they're not in rapid fire range, so they're getting 10 shots and they're hitting on 3s. So it's a few hits, we'll take out the misses. They are strength 4 versus toughness 5, so they are wounding on 5s. There's a few wounds there, so 3 wounds in total. And the Space Marines have a 3-up save, but it's -1 rend from the Necrons warriors, but they're behind cover, so it's negated back to a 3-up. And they save 2, so 1 Outrider takes a wound. So after Necron shooting, 1 Outrider has taken a wound, and he's down to 3 wounds because they have 4. The Overlord does have a shooting attack, but he can only use it once during the battle, so he is not going to use it yet. We're going to go into the Space Marine turn 1 because there are no charges. So after Space Marine movement, the Outriders moved up and the Assault Intercessors jumped down and moved forward, and the Primaris Captain has come up behind the Assault Intercessors. So the Captain has got a plasma pistol. He's going to shoot into the Scorpec Destroyers, hitting on a 3. He hits on a 4. That is strength 7 versus toughness 5, so wounding on a 3. It wounds on a 3, so the Scorpec Destroyers need a save, and the plasma pistol is -3 rend, so they need a 6-up, and they fail, so one of the Destroyers has taken a wound, and they're down to 2 because they have 3 wounds. We're then going to have 4 bolt pistols into them, hitting on 3s. They all hit. They're strength 4 versus toughness 5, so they're wounding on 5s. And we get 1 wound. And these have a -1 rend, so the Destroyer's 3+ goes to a 4, and they make it on a 5. Let's go over to the Outriders and do their shooting. So the Outriders are firing into the Necron warriors in the ruin. They are rapid fire, so they're getting 12 shots in total, and they're hitting on 3s. Oh, there's quite a lot of misses in there, so we'll take out the 1s and the 2s, And that's our hits. And now they are strength 4 versus toughness 4. So they're wounding on 4s. Not great. That's not great. So we got 4 wounds. -1 rend. So the 4+ save goes to a 5 for the Necron warriors, but they are in ruin, so it's negated, so they need 4-ups. And 3 of them die. 3 Necron warriors are taken down. The Primaris captain is firing his heavy bolt pistol with an 18-inch range into the destroyers. He's hitting on a 2. He hits, just. He's wounding on a 5 because it's strength 4, toughness 5. And he doesn't wound. So that concludes the shooting phase for the Space Marines. The Necron warriors need to take a morale test. They lost 3 models, so we roll a dice. 5, 6, 7, 8. They are fine because they have a leadership of 10. So we will go into turn 2 for the Necrons. Okay, so after Necron movement, the Skulpek destroyers have moved up towards the assault intercessors, looking to charge them. The Overlord has moved up. The Necron warriors have jumped down, using all their movement. And the Scarab Swarm have moved up, looking to charge the bikes. So we're going to go straight into shooting. Okay, Necron shooting. We have 14 shots, rapid fire, into the Outrider bikes. And they're hitting on 3s. So that's not too bad. We'll take out the misses. They are strength 4 versus toughness 5. So they are wounding on 5s. So they have 3. 3 wounds have gone through at a -1 rend. And the Outriders have a save of 3, pushed up to a 4. And they fail 2. So one of them is down to 2 wounds, this guy on the end. The Overlord has 1 shooting attack he can make, and he is not going to use it this turn. So we're going to go into the charge phase. So the charge phase for the Skulpek destroyers, they get a 5-inch charge, more than enough to get in. So they're moving in. The Scarab Swarm are charging the bikes. They get a 5-inch charge, so more than enough to get in. And our Overlord is actually going to charge. We'll see how far he gets. So he's got a 6-inch charge. So I don't actually think that's enough to get in. So it wasn't enough for the Overlord to get in. So we're going to do the attacks from the Skulpek destroyers, attacking first because they charged. So one of them has a Hyperphase Reap Blade. He's hitting on 3s with 3 attacks. And look at that! Misses all of them. We're not using command points in this scenario. So he misses. And then the Hyperphase Threshers get 4 attacks each. So that's 8 dice. And they are hitting on 3s. That's better. And then they are strength 5 versus toughness 4. So they're wounding on 3s. Take out the misses, not great. 3 of them go through, but they are -3. So the Space Marines need 6-up saves. And they get 2 6-ups. So 1 goes through for 2 damage. That's going to kill 1 Space Marine. The Scarab Swarms get 12 attacks, hitting on 4s. We'll take out the misses. That's not a great roll at all. And then they are wounding on 5s, and they get 1 wound with no rend, so a 3-up save for the Space Marines, which they make. So the assault intercessors are now attacking back. They're hitting on 3s. So take out the misses. That's a pretty good roll. And then they are wounding on 5s though. So looking for 5s. There we go. We got 2 wounds have gone through at -1 rend with their chainswords. So the Skulpek destroyers are looking for 4-ups. And they make both of them. So the Outriders now attacking back, hitting on 3s. Not bad at all. They are wounding on 3s. There's a few wounds. And the Scarab Swarms have a, actually they have a 6+ save. So that's actually 1, 2, 3, 4. One of them's dead. And then one is down to 3 wounds. Okay. So morale check for the Scarabs. They lost 1. 6 + 1 is 7. They got leadership at 10. They're fine. So we are going into Space Marine movement. So Space Marine movement, the Primaris captain just moved up. These guys are staying in combat. The same with the Outriders. So we're going to shooting. The Primaris captain is going to fire his bolt pistol into the Overlord because he can target him now. Hitting on a 2. He hits. Wounding on a 5. He fails. So the Assault Intercessors can shoot in combat because they have pistols. So the Plasma pistol first, hitting on a 3. Hits. Wounding on a 3. It wounds. And it's a -3 rend, so a 6 up for the Scorpec Destroyers. They fail, so one of them takes a wound and is down to 2. Like so. And then we're going to get 3 bolt pistol shots. And they're hitting on 3s. Only 1 hit. Wounding on a 5. Does wound. So a 4-up save for the Destroyers. And they fail it, so he's down to 1 wound. Okay. Over here, the Outriders can shoot their pistols. So 3 pistol shots, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. Nothing. So we'll go into close combat. So charge phase, the Primaris captain is charging the Destroyers. He definitely gets in. So he will fight first. Attacking with 5 dice. And he's hitting on 2s. And that is the worst roll I've ever seen. He's got 1 hit. Oh no, actually he's got 2 hits. Still bad though. He is now wounding on 4s. So 1 wound goes through, and it's -3 for his Mastercrafted Power Sword. So 6 up. Oh, and the Scorpec Destroyers make it. So, as there's no other charges, the Necrons get to choose a unit, and the Scorpec Destroyers are going to attack. Now they're putting these into the Assault Intercessors, not the Captain. So one of them's going first with the Reap Blade, and he's hitting on 3s. Only hits with 1 of them. He is strength 7, toughness 4, so 3s. And he fails to wound. That's lucky for the Space Marines. And then we're getting 8 attacks from the Hyperphase Threshers. They're hitting on 3s. That's more like it. And now they are strength 5 versus toughness 4, so they're wounding on 3s. So take out those misses, that's quite a few, and then -3. So we need 6 ups for the Space Marines. And they fail all of them, and they do 2 damage apiece. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that's just wiped the unit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It has definitely wiped the unit. So the Outriders are attacking the Scarab Swarm. They want to get rid of these, hitting on 3s. Only 2 misses. And now they are wounding on 3s. Oh, that's shocking. It's a lot of 1s. So they've got 4 that go through, and they can't save against those. So that's going to kill 1 because of the rend. They can't save against it. So that kills 1 Scarab. And then that's going to leave one scarab on 1 wound. Frustratingly for the Space Marines. Like so. Okay, so the scarab is attacking back with 4. He's hitting on 4s. And he hits with everything. He's wounding on 5s. And he only gets 1 wound. And it's a 3-up for the Space Marines, which they make. So that is the end of Space Marine. The Space Marine turn. We're going to the Necron turn. Okay, so Necron movement. The first thing, the Scarab Swarm fell back from combat. The Necron warriors have moved up, looking to fire at the Outriders. And the Overlord has moved up. These guys consolidated 3 inches, so they're into contact with the captain. So we're going to go into shooting for the Necrons. So 14 shots from the Necron warriors into the Outriders with rapid fire. Hitting on 3s. So it's not too bad. We'll take away the misses. Leaves us with those. They are strength 4 versus toughness 5, so they're wounding on 5s. And they have 3 wounds. And that's a -1 rend from the Necron warriors. So we're looking for 4 ups for the Outriders. Oh, and they, wow, well, they failed 3 of them. So 1's left on 2, so that's going to kill this guy. And then 1's going to be on 2 wounds left, which is that guy. So the Overlord is going to fire his Tachon arrow, which he can fire once during the battle. So he gets 1, he's hitting on a 2, he hits. It is strength 12 versus toughness 5, so wounding on a 2, he wounds. And it's -5, so the Space Marines can't save against it, and it does D6 damage for 3 damage. So that is going to kill this guy, because he's got 2 left, and then leave this guy with 3 wounds. So it's not looking good for the Space Marines. Charge phase, the Overlord is going to charge into the captain. Yeah, he's got more than enough, so he moves up to fight the captain. And then the Necron warriors, no, they're not going to do it because they're not the greatest in combat. So charging units fight first. The Overlord is attacking, and these are going into the Primaris captain. He's hitting on 2s, so he gets 3 hits. His Hyperphase Glaive is a strength of 7 versus the captain's toughness of 4, so he's wounding on 3s. He gets 2 wounds, and they are -3, but the captain's got a 4+ invulnerable save, and he makes both of them. Loves it. Over to the Space Marines, and the captain is going to be attacking with 5 attacks. Now he has to choose who he's going to apply these to, so he's going into the Scorpex Destroyers, and he's hitting on 2s. So 1 miss, and he has a strength of 5 with a Mastercrafted Power Sword versus 5, so wounding on 4s. So he gets 3, and then -3. So the Scorpex Destroyers need 6 ups, which they don't get, and that does 2 damage apiece. So that's 1, 2, is going to kill that guy. That's going to put 2 on another one, and that's going to put another 2. So that kills 2 of them and leaves 1 there. Ooh, that was good from the captain. So the Scorpex Destroyers are going to get to fight back. The Plasma Scythe has moved in, a 3-inch pile-in. So we're getting 4 attacks from the Scorpex Destroyer, hitting on 3s. He gets 2 hits. He is strength 5 versus toughness 4, so wounding on 3s. He gets 1 wound, but it is -3, but a 4+ invulnerable from the captain. And he's failed, so the captain's down to 5 wounds because he has 6. And now an attack from the Plasma Sight. He's hitting on 4. he hits. He's strength 4, so toughness 4, so 4's to wound. He does wound, and there's no rend, so a 3-up save, which the Primaris Captain makes. And that is the end of the Necron turn. So just before that, we'll do a morale check for the Skullpec Destroyers. They lost 2 models. 6, 7, 8, they're fine, they've got a leadership of 10. Okay, in the Space Marine turn, the Outrider has moved behind the ruin to get some cover, and he's going to fire into the Necrons. The Captain is locked in combat, so we're going to fire with the Captain. He is within rapid fire range, so he's getting 4 shots into the Necrons. He's hitting on 3s, so 3 hits. Strength 4, toughness 4, so he's wounding on 4s, and he gets 1 wound. Their 4 up goes to a 5 because of the rend, and they make it. Okay, there are no charges in the Space Marine turn, so the Necrons get to fight first, and the Skullpec Destroyer is going to attack with 4 attacks. He's hitting on 3s, gets 2 hits. He is wounding on 3s, gets 1 wound. It's -3, so the Captain needs his 4+ invulnerable, which he fails, and that does 2 damage, so he's down to 3 wounds. Okay, and the Plasma Scythe will attack on a 4. He hits, wounding on a 4. He doesn't wound. Primaris Captain is going to attack, and he's putting them into the Skullpec Destroyers. Really wants rid of them. So he's hitting on 2s. 2 misses. He's wounding on 4s, and he gets 2 wounds. They are -3, so the Skullpec Destroyer needs 6 ups, and he fails them. So it's 2 damage each. So 1, 2, and then 3, 4 will kill this guy. Plasma Scythe is still there, but he's going to need a morale check. The Overlord is now attacking, hitting on 2s. Hits with everything. He is wounding on 3s, wounds, and now the Captain needs a 4+ invulnerable. And he fails all 3, which kills the Captain. And that leaves 1 Outrider. So I'm going to declare that the Necrons are the victors, with Necron Warriors, the Overlord, and the Scarab and the Plasma Scythe left. So just a look at a small battle that you can do from the Command Edition 40k starter set. I hope you enjoyed this. There will be bigger battle reports. There's lots more units to come. Make sure to like, follow and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.